I have done vending machine maintenance for 20 years. The work is mostly mechanical. Bill validators, coil motors, refrigeration units, the occasional rat in a cabinet. We carry a binder for each machine on our route. Service signature, date, time, repair notes. The binders live in a metal box at the side of the machine. Last March I drove into a town in central Ohio called Latham Hollow on a substitution route. I opened the binder for the machine in the post office lobby. My name was inside it. 840 service signatures. Going back 14 years. I had never been to Latham Hollow. The vending company I work for is regional. We cover 4 states. Each technician is assigned a fixed route of about 60 machines. You work the same machines for years. The binders are inspected quarterly. A district manager checks the signatures against the master schedule. Latham Hollow is not on my route. Latham Hollow has not been on any route I have worked for the entire 14 years that binder covers. The substitution that day was a favor for a technician with the stomach flu. I drove an hour and 40 minutes east of my territory. I had never heard of the town. There is one stoplight. There is one post office. My handwriting has not changed since I started this job. I sign my last name in full and then write the time using a colon between the hour and minutes. I use a felt tip pen because ballpoints skip when you are crouched at floor level. I draw a small box around the word coil if I worked on the coil motor that day. I draw a circle around the word bill if I worked on the validator. There are technicians on our team who have copied this style over the years. There are not many. The binder in Latham Hollow was written entirely in this style. I sat on the floor of the post office lobby and read the binder cover to cover. 840 entries. 3 a year for 14 years, on a rough schedule. Replacements of the coil motor in 2012. A refrigeration unit recharge in 2017. A bill validator swap last August. The dates were specific. The mistakes I tend to make were in the entries. I write the digit 4 with an open top. I cross my 7s. I sometimes misspell the word fluorescent. Every quirk of my handwriting was in that binder. There was a coffee ring on page 19 that I recognized. My first thought was that another technician on our team shares my last name. There are 2 of us with the surname Beals. The other Beals works out of the Pittsburgh office. He could not have driven to Central Ohio for 14 years without district payroll noticing. My second thought was that I had been there once and forgotten. People forget years of their lives. I did not forget 14 years. My third thought was that someone had forged my signature. The forgery would have to predate my hiring. The first entry in the binder was dated September of 2009. I started this job in November of 2009. I took photographs of every page. I drove home and laid the photographs out on the kitchen table next to my personal logbook from my own route. The handwriting matched at every level. The pressure on the pen. The leftward slant. The way I press harder on the downstroke than the upstroke. My wife came in halfway through and asked what I was looking at. I told her. She walked across the room and looked at the photographs. She said the signatures were mine. She has known me since high school. She knows my handwriting better than I do. She also said the coffee ring on page 19 was mine. I called the post office in Latham Hollow on Monday. I asked the postmaster how long the vending machine had been in the lobby. He told me it had been there since the building was renovated in 2009. He told me the same technician had serviced it for as long as he could remember. A tall man, brown hair, blue work shirt with the company patch. He came on Thursdays at 3 in the afternoon. I am 6'1" with brown hair. I wear a blue work shirt. I service my regular route on Thursdays. The postmaster said the technician had been there last Thursday. I had been at home last Thursday. I drove back to Latham Hollow the next Thursday at exactly 3. I parked across the street from the post office. I sat in the car and watched the front door. At 3:14 a man walked out of the building. He was carrying a brown service binder. He wore a blue work shirt with the company patch. He was the same height as me. He had brown hair. He walked to a white panel van parked in the back lot. The van had no markings. The license plate did not match any vehicle our fleet has ever owned. He did not look toward me. He drove west out of town toward the county line. I followed him. I kept 4 car lengths back the way I do when I am tailing a slow shipment. He drove 15 miles into the woods on a county route I had never been on. He turned onto an unpaved fire road at a sign that said no outlet. I parked at the head of the road and walked in on foot. The van was parked at the end of the road in a clearing. There was no house. There was no building. There was a single chain-link cage about the size of a closet, set on a concrete pad. He was sitting inside it on a folding chair. He looked up at me through the wire. He had my face. I walked back to my car. I drove home. I did not tell my wife. I did not tell my district manager. I requested a permanent reassignment off the substitution roster the following Monday. The district manager called me into the office and told me he had no record of me ever being assigned to Latham Hollow. The Thursday after that, my regular schedule changed. The post office in Latham Hollow has been added to my permanent route. The work order was signed by a manager who retired in 2012. The binder is waiting at the machine. The entries continue past last Thursday. There is one for next Thursday. The signature is already there.